Because I get this all emails. It's a frequent question people ask all the time. And any other question about the Aqeedah? Any other question about the fundamentals of Islam and anything you don't understand something from the basic, like a shirk, kufr, and the bid'ah, because I'm going to be talking about a bid'ah, because the bid'ah is something like the worst disease. That's like a hidden stab of a shaitan. Hidden stab. People even don't know that, they keep continue doing that. So I'm going to talk about that.
That's basically what...
I don't hear you.
Yeah. What you're speaking about is basically what I've been seeing since I've been practicing Islam, is people into the language without being into the spirit of representing the deen. Like you saying, a lot of people get shaitan come in split.
My point to come here was to make sure, because what I'm teaching you, what I'm telling you, this is a pure.
Yeah.
This is a pure.
Right.
Because la ilaha, there is no ilah, he's 100%. Because you probably have seen people who are even saying la ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah, but still they are relying on some other things.
Yeah.
Like they have maybe what do you call that? They wear on the neck, they wear something here.
Yeah.
Some of them wear rings.
Yeah.
They rely on different things.
Yeah.
So that faith is not pure. So we have to totally rely on the column actually, la ilaha. That's what it means. We fully 100% believe on Allah, and there is no God except one God. And we promise to Allah that we will follow the Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Now in the second part, I'm going to talk about more about that.
Okay.
Anybody has a question about shirk, kufr, or the bid'ah?
Yeah.
Anything? You want to come here, say something, a few words, anyone?
Basically, what you're saying is that if we following our sheikh and
You want to come here?
connecting it with what Prophet Muhammad...
Come here. That's why I don't want you to eat the food, man. That's the reason I ask you not to eat the food.
Oh, no, food don't bother.
You got diabetics, they gotta eat.
All right, what's the question?
Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum.
What I was saying
Yeah, speak
was
loud.
that if a person is believing or practicing this according to a sheikh from a particular school, and they not looking at the other schools of thought, or the
Like example what?
That's like false worship,
Like what school?
like Shafi or Saeed Muslim, you know, any one of those particular methods. You know, they is that proper Islam, or is it proper, like you said, to look at the whole picture?
Okay, I'm going to explain
Prophet
something.
Muhammad was like it was.
There are,
Prophet Muhammad.
you probably know that, as you mentioned about the Jafriya.
Yeah.
Right? There's not only Jafriya. I'm sure many of you know that, especially this brother is from Pakistan. He probably knows like how many sects we have in Pakistan.
Okay.
Lot of them.
Sex. Yeah.
Lot of them, like divisions.
Yeah.
Everyone following their own scholars.
Right.
You know that, right? Okay. They have the elders, they start following that.
Yeah, that's not.
But
that's
they are not on the right path.
That's right.
Because when you label here something, right?
Yeah.
You're telling yourself you belong to here.
Yeah.
And if I say I do not belong to no one except La ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah,
Right.
that means I'm following the proper teaching. But if I say, okay, wait, I am following, this scholar was passed away like 100 years ago, and he started some new teachings, and I'm following that teaching was very perfect, you're away. Now let me give you an ayah in the Quran. There's a beautiful ayah. Let's say in Surah Al Imran, take a seat, brother.
Okay.
And let's say in chapter 3, in verse number 103, it says, وَاعْتَصِمُوا بِحَبْلِ اللَّهِ جَمِيعًا وَلَا تَفَرَّقُوا. That's what it keeps saying. Allah has repeated that like 3 times in the Quran. And also it says in Surah Al-In'am, and verse number is 153. And that's a beautiful verse. I like it. It says, أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم وأن هذا الصراط مستقيما فاتبعوه ولا تتبعوا السبل فتفرق بكم عن سبيله. Now there's a hadith in Musnad Ahmad by the Sahaba named Jabir, And they explained the hadith was very, very important. Like for an example, how many of you drive? Who drives a car? You drive, right? Do you drive? Yeah. You drive. You're going on a highway. When you're going on a highway, right, you're going to your destination. Let's say you started your destination and your destination is Jannah. You keep going on a highway. That highway is Quran and Sahih Hadith. Please note this. Quran and Sahih Hadith. And there's also like fabricated Hadith, and there's also Mawdu Hadith, and like a lot of classifications in Hadith. But you need to stick with that Sahih Hadith. If some scholars tell you to follow this, just make sure this is a Sahih Hadith. It's not something else. And if you're going on a highway, you probably have seen like there's a lot of exits. Exit, right? They're going to the towns and they are going to some big cities and somewhere. And according to hadith, and let me explain you about the hadith, what the hadith says. The Prophet ﷺ was sitting in the ground in sand or something. So he was holding a stick. He drew a straight line on the ground. He said, this is As-Sirat al-Mustaqim, which is taking you straight to Jannah. Stick here. Do not go right and do not go left. And then the Prophet ﷺ, he make a cross line. So there is one straight line and he make a cross lines. Then he said, this is a straight way and there's a ways going left and the right, left and right. The Prophet ﷺ say, stay there. Do not move. Do not make an exit. Do not make an exit. He said on each exit, the shaitan is standing there, calling you, come here, I'm going to teach you Islam. I'm going to teach you Islam. Now, do you think the shaitan is going to be there with the thorns or something? He will come in the form of what? Who's going to tell me that?
A person. Or a sign.
He's going to come in the form of human being.
He will be a person.
It could be anyone. And if you go into Pakistan, right, the biggest fitna in the countries like Pakistan is the only country in the world which has the biggest fitna of Islam. There's so many sects in Pakistan. Everyone, they're following their own scholars. That's what the Prophet ﷺ means. So let's say, what are the shaitan looks like? Each of them will say, okay, I am this group, I am this group, and I am this group, and I'm going to this group. And if you follow me, I'm going to teach you something about Islam which is going to make you closer to Allah. Now let me give you an example. Let's go back in the history of Adam alayhi salam. What did Iblis told Adam? He said the reason Allah is not telling you to eat the fruit, so you're going to be among the angels. So he misguided him. But he forgot the first commandment. The first commandment was, do not go there. So the first one was from Allah. The second one was from Shaitan. And that's from, how did he attack? And like our human beings, we have two ways to Shaitan attacks us. The biggest Shaitan is over here. We call it like a devil whispers. Now it will be really hard for any person to identify either what he's whispering to you in your mind. How are you going to identify he is right or he's wrong? Now that's very tough. That's very tough. It's not for a common Muslim to understand if he's wrong or right, unless he has very too much taqwa and he has too much knowledge about Islam. And that's the only person who's going to survive. Very lightly, but still, if you read in, but let me continue with the hadith first. So on all these exits, you will find a shaitan there. Scholar A, scholar B, scholar C, scholar C. You probably have seen that they're the biggest scholars and they have a big beards and they have big turbans, like all of them different faces. What are these people doing? There's like thousands of people following one person. You probably have seen a lot of videos on YouTube, like people are kissing their hands and they're going on their feet and doing this. So all of them are misguided. So this is how Shaitan deceives people, misguide them. Okay. Similarly, we have to stick what we are doing. if some scholar come to you, let me teach you, then you come with me and we're going to spend few days and this and that. If you ask me what I'm teaching you, I'm not teaching you something new. I'm teaching you what Quran and Saeed teach you. That's what I'm teaching you. I don't have any other book except the Quran. If somebody doesn't have a Quran in his hand, he's teaching you something else, forget it. He's misguiding, and he's misguiding other people also. Do not follow him. Do not even do that. You can pick up some good things he's teaching you, just pick up that and leave the other things. But do not follow what he's teaching you. But usually, your own nafs, you know nafs, right? Your own inside conscience will mislead you also. Like you're a sinner person, come and go with him, and you're going to be very pious and this and that. You don't have to do nothing. You don't have to do nothing. Just do the way you're living your life. You have to live a life according to the Sunnah. That's what the Prophet said.